Ha, hello. Hello, hold on. Holy shit. I feel very fucking sick. I mean, I can still stream. I'm gonna be alright, but holy shit, I feel sick. I don't know who invented Monster Energy drink and why it tastes the way that it does. But I don't like it. Maybe I should have gotten Monster. Look, bros, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like an hour ago, I was super sleepy. Actually, no, 3 hours ago, I was super sleepy. Okay, let me rephrase that. 3 hours ago, I was super sleepy. I did a lot of things today. Okay, I just wanted to fucking go back home. I saw that Suisei had a little concert on with like 100k, 110k something viewers at that time. Decided to hop in for what's going on. I see a little realistic orchestra going on. Decided to stream for a bit. Turn off the stream for like a couple minutes because I needed to do something before I sleep. Boom. All of a sudden, what the fuck? That huge bombshell of a news dropped randomly. Okay? Like randomly. Well, okay, maybe it's not really even random, but it's more so like I guess out of like it was out of nowhere, if that makes sense. Out of nowhere in the sense where I don't think there was certainly tension when it was building up, when people were starting to go, oh, I have an announcement and shit like that. But I didn't expect any announcement to be like that, right? Because whenever a Hololive talent, or really any VTuber talent, or agency wants to have some like announcement for whatever is going on, it's usually like just a concert, a original song, some kind of animation, or maybe like some kind of project that they've been working on for quite some time now. Not an entirely new fucking agency. Okay? An entirely new agency. Red Bull is better. Doesn't make me feel like I'm sweating blood like other energy drinks. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be drinking energy drinks ever again. I just decided to drink one right now because I needed like I was very sleepy up until like 2 hours ago. Okay, like I had to. I ran out of coffee, so I had to like go to the 7-Eleven, buy this Monster Energy drink, and boom. I also saw that a screenshot of my previous fucking title. A screenshot of my previous stream title got shared around in r/Kurosanji and many other places. I don't really. How do I wanna say this? I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest with you. I made that streaming room with an obvious caveat that it's not actually a graduation. I say basically graduating because Hololive is not managing her anymore. But if anybody actually looked at my Twitter, which is actually blowing up, you'd know that's not actually what I think. But hey, who cares about context, I guess? Who cares about all of these sorts of things? I mean, hey, I don't care if people on r/Kurosanji or wherever places think that I'm clickbaiting this or whatever the case. I really don't care about who you... I really don't care about like what you think, okay? I really don't. So either you watch this stream or you don't. You either listen to me or you don't. That's just how it is. Yeah. Yeah. Is it like a branch? No, actually, okay. So let's start from the very beginning, okay? Let's start from the very beginning. We're going to go to the reaction scenes right now. Oh, we're supposed to watch this later. Okay, so we're going to watch this. Context in 2026. Here's the context. So Suisei, again, like literally earlier, like a couple hours ago, had a live concert. Okay, at the end of the concert, she made that announcement that shocked the entire goddamn world. Okay, so much so that if you actually look at her Twitter right now, make sure to watch the clip from Yura. Yeah, I know the clip I know exactly the clip that you mean. When you go to like her Twitter right now, you can see that fucking look, chat, look. Instead of Hololive, it's now Studio Stellar, which I think is a very fascinating development. So we're gonna go to the Hololive thingamajig real quick, and we're going to I have the article already right here. Okay, here it is. Let me adjust this real quick. Let's read this, okay? Towards the next stage of VTuber culture, the launch of Hoshimachi Suisei's personal agency, Studio Stellar, and transition to new support network. Okay? Cover Corporation is proud to announce the establishment of Suisei's personal agency, Studio Stellar, with the aim of strengthening her activities as an artist, along with a transition to a new support framework as part of our efforts in elevating VTuber culture to the next level. Okay? Since her debut on March 2008, Suisei has been active in a variety of areas, but mostly centered around her work as an artist. Since joining Hololive in 2019, she has achieved a number of milestones, including becoming the first VTuber to appear on the YouTube channel The First Take, that is true, surpassing 100 million views on her music Bibida, and holding successful live performances at venues such as Saitama Super Arena and Nippon Budokan. She has steadily gained popularity and expanded her range as an artist through such activities, while putting all the energy she has into her VTuber activities. Okay, now here's the bombshell. Following ongoing discussions regarding her future directions, we have mutually decided to shift the focus of her activities of her solo work through the establishment of her own personal agency in order for her to pursue her goals as an artist, including performing at Tokyo Dome, Oshinoko, and expanding her presence in the mainstream music scene. We have the utmost respect for what she has accomplished and her dedication to the craft, so we believe the changes to support structures around her, including the establishment of her own personal agency, is essential for the advancement of her music career and to allow her to reach even greater heights. We also believe that this initiative will contribute to expanding the scope of her VTuber activities and represents meaningful progress in our mission. Yes, this is their mission statement right now. In a future where Hololive production as well as the VTuber industry as a whole have evolved into a culture embraced by more and more people, Suisei's continued growth will play an important role, and we will fully continue to support her activities. She will continue her collaborative and group activities as a Hololive production affiliated VTuber. Read this again. I want everybody to read this again. She will continue her collaborative group activities as a Hololive production affiliated VTuber despite these changes, with event appearances and productions planning to be carried out as appropriate in coordination with cover and related initiatives. However, important, as any activities as a solo artist, including music activities, streaming activities, new merchandise sales, and fan club management, will be transitioned to her personal agency, Studio Stellar. The establishment of this agency will mean that Nerd Inc., which is this talent agency, we'll get into that later, will be responsible for talent management and will support her activities under a collaborative framework with Cover Corp. We'll be very active in supporting Suisei's activities going forward, and we sincerely appreciate your continued support. Okay, so, what does this mean? What does this mean? Well, it means that I have like what's the term that I want to use there? Figurative questions or whatever the case might be. I don't exactly know the terminology I want to use here. But does this mean that Suisei is effectively an indie? Does Cover Corp still own the Suisei brand? Or is Suisei graduating? Or what does this mean? This whole new setup is so new, so out of, it is into new territory that a lot of people might be confused on what it really means. I've even seen a lot of people say that does Suisei own or not own her brand? Has Cover Corp this whole time owned or not owned her brand? Well, did she basically buy herself out of Hololive? No, Mr. Memetic, that's not what happened. So, it is the fact now that Cover Corp won't be directly managing Suisei anymore and has relegated it to another personal agency, which reminds me of what Kizuna Ai was. For some context, when Kizuna Ai had a huge drama where people were worried that people behind her, the person behind her was going to get fired, and the Kizuna Ai IP was going to be given to another actor, the company made a late response by giving Kizuna Ai her own agency still under the company. Update made an entire Kizuna Ai company still under Update, basically guaranteeing that the actor behind Kizuna Ai will continue to be Kizuna Ai. she is the advisor of that company, but ultimately the Kizuna Ai brand still belongs to the company. But while Kizuna Ai had her own agency under Update, in this case, Studio Stellar is not under Cover Corp. Okay? It is managed, the establishment, look, read this again, chat. The establishment of this agency will mean that Nerd will be responsible for talent management and will support her activities under a collab. Nerd, this new, it's not really even new. This talent agency will now be the one responsible for handling Suisei. Of course, under her own like personal brand. I understand that this makes it very vague and quite frankly difficult to understand if you don't have any prior knowledge of the IP politics of JP back in 2020 VTubing. Okay? Again, reading this, she is an affiliate. Let's answer the first question that a lot of people might have. Does Suisei own, or does Cover Corp own Suisei? The answer is yes. Cover Corp still owns Suisei. Affiliate, even from recent happenings, still mean that Cover Corp owns the IP, chat. For example, Cover Corp still owns the Amelia Watson IP. That's what affiliate means. It doesn't mean that Cover Corp doesn't own her anymore. But I say that she is effectively indie because even if Cover Corp still owns her IP, which again, that is the case, because it's seemingly intentionally vague, Cover Corp as an entity doesn't have... The real kicker here is that even if Cover Corp still owns her IP, they don't really have a say on what Suisei can and can't do anymore, as that responsibility is now under her new agency. Yeah. Okay. No, that Suisei did sold the IP to Cover a while ago when she was an indie. Yes. So I see a lot of people actually fighting this for some reason. You're misinforming people. You are retarded. Sorry. This is how I prove to you. I feel like it should be obvious that Cover Corp owns the Suisei IP. This is how I'm gonna prove it to you guys, okay? This is a trademark site in Japan where you can basically look up which owns what. Okay? This is it. I'm going to input this number over here, which is the trademark number that Hololive has. We click on this. We click on this. And what do we read? Oh shit, I can't read English. There we go. Trademark standard. Okay, so Hoshimachi Suisei. Okay, Hoshimachi Suisei. Who's the right holder? Cover Corp. Here's proof. This is the proof you need to see that Cover Corp has always owned Suisei since this registration date, since December of 14, 2022. Okay? I hope this is enough to prove to people that this is the case. Cover Corp owns Suisei. There's no going around it. I know, I don't, for some reason, okay, we'll get into it later. Okay, we'll get into it later. Again, her personal agency is not under Cover Corp. It is managed by Nerd. Nerd. This is an independent, oh yeah, I mean, you can literally see the mission statement here. It's an independent artist agency for extraordinary talents. We literally scroll down and we see it right here with Studio Stellar and Cover Corp. And we're going to explain this a little bit further down, okay? It's a little bit, my explanation is a little bit fragmented. It's because I'm trying to parse how I'm going to explain this to you. Again, her personal agency, from the wording that we all understand here, is not owned by Cover Corp. It is under Nerd. Nerd is a talent agency in Japan that features a lot of talents like Tako. I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm sorry. Okay? Suisei had major collaborations with them before, so in a way, she already had a foot in the door with them. Cover Corp, I guess, just allowed her to do so. Basically, two agencies that is responsible for one IP. One owns the IP, the other manages it. Okay? Yeah. So Suisei won't be streaming as much anymore. No, in terms of like content, nothing's gonna change for Suisei. Nothing's gonna do it. Yeah. And again, this actually has happened before, especially in with the Inunaka setup that Hololive used to have. For some context, Activate, the company that owns Izuna-ai, also used to have a joint responsibility with Hololive for Aki at one point. Okay? Like they both have a joint management. Sorry, not Aki, sorry, Azuki. They have a joint responsibility for Azuki. As for which company does, at that time, I didn't know. I still don't know now. But this whole thing with but what I'm trying to say here is that this whole thing with Suisei is not necessarily something that hasn't been done before. But in Suisei's case, Cover Corp lays out what her personal agency is, what Cover Corp's responsibility are, and which company is going to do what. Cover is only responsible for things that Suisei will do with Cover Corp, like concerts, like Hololive concerts specifically, festivals, events, etc. Whereas her agency will handle literally everything else if it pertains to Suisei alone. So Cover Corp still owns the IP but hands off with the managing. That seems to be what it looks like, yeah. Yeah. And I think, chat, the most impactful industry move here is the fact that it is being done to a talent that is as big as Suisei's. Okay? As big as Suisei's. I think that's the more important move. Because, how do I want to say this? This chat sets a precedent. It sets a precedent. It gives a possibility for perhaps future talents to maybe probably do the same. Okay? We can actually ask that if, say, this is just my understanding. Okay, chat, look at this. Look at it this way. We can ask the question that if, say, Marine wants to be managed by herself and her personally assembled team, let's say in the occasion that Hololive grants her that permission, let's say this whole thing happens again, but instead of Suisei, it's going to be Marine. Marine will still be affiliated with Cover Corp, and she might still be able to do the same thing. If Mori Calliope, again, wants to bring up the idea to Cover Corp, they might be able to do so. This makes it so that even if Cover Corp or a corpo in general owns your IP, the talents have an avenue to not be managed exclusively by the corpo. They have the potential avenue to not be managed by the corpo. Let me repeat that. Do you understand how huge that sounds? Right? If, say, for example, Marine got this exact same deal. If right now the Hosho Marine IP is owned by Cover Corp, right? And Marine is still managed by Cover Corp. But if she strikes a similar deal in the future, Marine will be able to do what she wants without Cover Corp's permission for anything. Marine can make official porn of herself if she wants to, for example. She can fucking commission Pink Pineapple or some studio or some other studio. Something that Hololive will literally not allow any talent to do. She can make her own games about herself or whatever media without Cover Corp's oversight. We can have a Marine cinematic universe, an MCU. Obviously, we don't know the extent of the deal and how far that agency, like Nerd and her own personal talent agency, will allow her to go through. And obviously, we don't actually know a lot of the, how do I want to say this? We don't actually know a lot of the limitations of what this new deal is all about. But I want you to think about this summarized phrase, okay? You can become a corpo talent, but you don't have restrictions of a corpo. Okay? It is so huge. I want you to think about that again. That's why this is so huge to me and why it could be huge for everybody else. You are a corpo talent, but if you get this deal, you don't have the restrictions of the corpo. So what I'm getting at here is that she shares revenue with the agency that helps with management. But what is the revenue share like with YouTube? We don't know anything about that. Like, we don't know anything about the new revenue share with the new agency or with Cover Corp. Like, we don't know anything about that, TBH. Yeah. That's not true, though. She still has the standard corpo restrictions. She's not an indie. She's still part of a corpo. She's indie in the sense that her own agency... She's indie in the sense that she can do whatever she wants. because she has her own personal agency now. Obviously, she is still restricted by the whims of her own agency, but if she is the one, if that is her own agency under Nerd, she has more leeway to work and less restrictions, and theoretically at least less restrictions than Hololive. She can pursue things that she doesn't have, that she can pursue things, do things, create things without Cover Corp's politics, without Cover Corp's permission, without any of these things. Okay? And that is huge. Suisei's ambition goes beyond Corpo. That drive is what led to this. Suisei is a woman that is legitimately like beyond like the traditional standard of what a Corpo is. It's Cover Corp recognizing that they aren't enough, that they are too rigid, so they let themselves be cut. Holy shit, what a goated woman. Obviously, it's weird if I put it that way, but I'm not wrong. Right? Does she have her own game permissions? I mean, theoretically, she can do whatever she wants. Again, to at least the to the restrictions that Nerd Inc. and like whoever is going to be responsible for her will allow her. But again, theoretically, it's going to be even less restrictive for than Cover Corp. Yeah. Yeah. Again, to clarify, Cover Corp still owns Suisei's IP. Legitimately, we see this. We still see this. It's still here. The term affiliate doesn't mean she's off the hook. Nerd Studio and Studio Stellar just manages it, and Cover Corp can't do jack shit regardless of what she do. It just means that Suisei is able to do what she wants now, has more leeway. It gives her the flexibility. Because in the future, there will be a point where Japanese bureaucracy and politics can slow down the growth of a VTuber. Management is notoriously slow in communicating. Thinking about how other members will feel if you did XYZ, like the politics around it, that can be like debilitating. Workflows could be inefficient. Hell, even higher-ups not approving of anything can ruin the entire months of work for a VTuber. These are things that can and will hinder a talent's growth. In fact, this has happened before. The first thought that comes to my mind is Gura. Gura has famously been affected by this shit. As an example, Gura, when she wanted to release her shark animation, it was ready over a year ago, but had to wait for not actually a year ago, but she had to wait for an entire year to be able to release it. So, I think this is actually Cover Corp's way to answer the problem of talents feeling suffocated by all these politics and business shenanigans and the rigidness of their structure. Okay? Yeah. She can't do whatever she wants. Well, obviously she can't do whatever she wants, like limitlessly. Like she can't make porn of herself or whatever. Like I said, she's still. Whatever the new agency, like her own, this Nerd Inc., the talent agency that she is going to be doing, that she's going to be under, that is going to be personally managing her, that is going to be managing her personal agencies, she's still bound by the restrictions of that corpo, but it's going to be not affiliated by Cover Corp, so theoretically, she's less burdened. Okay? So they complicate the management structure to help. That doesn't even make sense. They're not complicating the management structure to help. It's really not. It's really not. It's giving her her own personal team. And that team, that entire agency is not managed by Cover Corp. It's managed by another agency or another company that has more experience and is better at doing it than Cover Corp. And besides, that company that is managing her as under Studio Stellar, Suisei has always had one foot in the door with them in the first place since a long time ago. So it's a win-win for both of them. In a sense, it's like outsourcing, but again, in a sense, it's outsourcing, but because we don't know, obviously, the contracts and the terms of the whatever, which person will get what money, blah, 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 these sorts of things. We don't actually know that. What we do know is that she's basically still a Hololive talent, but Hololive isn't going to be responsible for her anymore. Yeah, Studio Stellar is part of Cover. It is not part of Cover. Studio Stellar is under Nerd Inc. The establishment of this agency will mean that Nerd Inc. will be responsible for talent management and will support her activities under a collaborative framework. Collaborative framework. Will be responsible for talent management. It's a it's a partnership. Cover Corp has no say on what Suisei wants to do anymore. That's the entire reason for this. It's two companies handling Suisei. Bro, Rusha on her account is crashing out about this Suisei shit on... Fuck, why did you have to... Now fuck, really? Now I have to watch. I want to see this shit, okay? I want to see this shit. What's her... My god, why did you have to say that now? Now I'm getting derailed. Wait a minute. What's her... But does this mean that Suisei will have a male manager? I mean, sort of, I guess. Masaki Takahashi sounds like a male name. Representative Director Sota Ozawa. Yep, definitely. Dude! Oh god, there's a lot of... Chat, what's Mikineko's fucking at again? Oh my god. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for derailing. No, that's not what I wanted to look at. Okay. 9R. Yeah, you're right. Oh, is it not on this alt? I guess it's not this one, huh? God damn it. Oh well, whatever. Runa Nekomiya? Wait, is this Rusha? I don't think this is Rusha, right? Yeah, this is not Rusha, bros. Or is it? I might be retarded. Propose the same thing to Kanata too. Yeah, bro, this is not Rusha. Yeah. It's like, I've never heard of a Runa Nekomiya my entire life. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. In any case, yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to this. Yeah, let's go back to this. Anyway, like I said, I believe this is Cover Corp's way to answer the problem of talents feeling suffocated by all the politics and business shenanigans that is kind of limiting to a lot of talents in Hololive. Chat. Okay. That being said, I can be wrong. I could be wrong in my interpretations. Okay? I'm making these conclusions based off of what I know about prior industry precedents and the wording used by Cover Corp on their announcement. Okay? Feel free to call me out if I turn out to be wrong, and I will wholly own it. Because to be honest, the decision itself is so new. It is so out of the norm. It is new territory. She is like a mix of indie and corpo, so I can see why it's hard to understand, and I can see myself being wrong here. We are in a new frontier, ladies and gentlemen. This is the beginning of a new era for Hololive and VTubing, I'd like to think. Yeah. And it makes me happy. It absolutely makes me happy. Yago did not disappoint, chat. If this is the decision that I think it is, I am actually happy for this. Like, I'm actually going to be back at blazing the ever-living shit out of this bastard. Because why did we doubt him? He said he was going to give talents more autonomy, more freedom. Well, actually, don't quote me on that. I forgot if he actually said that. But regardless, he fucking did it. He actually fucking did it. Holy shit. It's crazy. CoverCorp has said they are focusing on IP licensing. Yeah, and maybe this is like part of the first steps. Going, she's not an indie though. She is under a corpo with just more personal. Yeah, no, that's what I said. Like I said, when I say that she is basically indie, I don't actually mean that she's indie. She's just effectively indie in the sense that she is not managed by CoverCorp anymore, and she has more freedom to do whatever she wants. That she has a lot more flexibility and leeway to be able to do things without like the suffocating rigid nature of a VTuber corpo, of a traditional VTuber corpo. Like, obviously, when I say that Suisei is graduating from Hololive or that Suisei is going indie, I don't actually literally mean that they are going indie. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, like I said, still on the IP, I think still, I mean, again, according to the information that we have here, the IP still belongs to CoverCorp. This is a good move. This is an excellent move, especially for the future of like, how IPs could be negotiated in any VTuber agency, because we do have a precedented, but it's not a thing where Suisei now owns her IP and anybody can just graduate off of a corpo and can own their IP. This is not that. Okay? It is not that. Yeah. So I hope that clears things up. Because, admittingly, hey, you know what? I'll even admit it. When I misworded my initial tweet about this whole thing, obviously I didn't mean what I said in the most literal sense, but I feel like it is a little obvious, but whatever. Yeah. This news is too complicated at 1:30 a.m. This feels like a disaster waiting to happen. Well, I mean, I actually look at this a lot more positively. Yeah. I look at this a lot more positively. Because even if things are not ironed out, like let's say there are conditions for Suisei to continue under these terms, we just have to trust Suisei that she knows what she's doing. We all, look, I mean, any Suisei fan in the chat does know and can recognize that that girl fights for herself the most in Hololive, probably. That she is the type of person that will throw hands, fucking go domain expansion with her manager, like go on a domain expansion battle with her manager and the people upstairs in Hololive if things are not, let's say, going well for her. For quite some time now, Suisei has been doing a lot of things by herself. Like I said, she kinda did have one foot in the door with Nerd. So I think this was just a natural progression towards things. Yeah. Yeah. But again, if we are going to be like neutrally, extremely neutral here, yeah, I can recognize the fact that it could explode in Hololive and, Nerd's faces, I guess. Why didn't she quit Hololive? Because she doesn't want... I'm going to assume she doesn't want to. Why would she build up her own thing? Because she doesn't own her IP, I guess, if that's the question, or that's the answer you were looking for? Yeah. People were so nervous during the live. I wasn't there during the last part of the live. I was really only... When I was watching the stream, I was only there for like 20 minutes or so. But during the last part of the live, I didn't catch it. Yeah. Obviously, I watched the whole thing, but, yeah. Chat, she is still... Yeah, Was my explanation retarded, or... I don't know. I feel like I explained it the best as I can without a script. And I still see people saying that she's indie or that she's not part of Cover Corp anymore, even though I just said that she's still part of Cover Corp. Cover Corp still owns her IP, just that she's managed by an entirely new agency that is under Nerd. Like, I feel like I said this like 3 times. Doesn't she own her IP? No, she does not. No, she does not own her IP. Yeah. You should watch the Nora clip. I can watch the Nora clip, yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean, okay? I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, there we go. Otsukaresama deshita. Suisei's IP wasn't created by Hololive though. She joined as an indie and had her OG model and her name. Yeah, Shendu, you are right, but like, think about it in a business sense. If I was a company, why would I spend so much money and invest in all these resources for an IP, for a property that I don't own? Of course, like at a certain point when Suisei was going to join Hololive, Suisei was inevitably going to sell that IP. There was no way in hell Cover Corp would allow Suisei to keep her IP and still be financially supported and like, you know, marketed by Cover Corp. There's no way that would happen. You know what I mean? It's muted for us? Oh shit, okay, sorry. Hi, Sui-chan.
お疲れ様です。配信見てくれてますか？
もちろんです。本当にお疲れ様です。
この後、あの件発表してきます。
Okay.
胸を張って自信を持ってお話ししてきてください。
Okay.
はい、頑張ります。改めて8周年記念生誕配信を見てくれて本当にありがとうございます。今日は私星町水星から皆さんに重大な発表があります。
Yeah, I guess this is the part where they fucking... Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the part.
そしてホロライブプロダクションには本当にお世話になってきました。
Yep.
長年の夢だった日本武道館などたくさんの支えのおかげで
Yep.
夢を一つ一つ
Also, by the way, buy her skin. Buy her Fortnite skin.
ができました。感謝の気持ちを伝えられる機会がこれまであまりなかったのですが、谷郷さんをはじめホロライブのタレントのみんな、スタッフの皆さん、関係してくださった皆さんに心の底から感謝をしています。
I'll have it like
ありがとうご
this.
ざいます。その上で東京ドームという次の目標に到達するためにはこれからどうすればいいのかを考えてきました。昔に比べるとたくさんの方に見ていただけるようになりましたが、それでも
Yeah, this does sound like a
なければいけ
graduation.
ない壁がたくさんあ
Bye,
ります。
Aquarake. See you
いろんなも
later.
のと
Have a nice
真剣に向き合
night
い
or
そして
afternoon.
考え抜いた結果、一つの大きな決断を下しました。ということで、この度星町水星は個人事務所を設立することになりました。名称はスタジオステラ。今後の私個人の活動、日頃の配信、音楽活動、メディア出演、タイアップ、グッズ展開などなど、すべてこのスタジオステラを拠点に行っていくことになります。
Yep.
と、こんな真面目なトーンで話すと、
When I read the post by cover, the wording felt very akin to a graduation. And that's what I mean where it's... Yeah, you know why... Yeah, Jesus Christ. You see why I titled it that way, right?
スイちゃん、ホロライブ卒業なんてね、思っちゃう人もいるんじゃないでしょうか。
Yep.
安心してください。
Yep.
ホロライブプロダクションとしての星町水星の活動もこれまで通り継続していきます。ホロライブの大好きなみんなとの活動は引き続き思いっきり楽しみつつ、個人としてのさらなる高みを目指す場所がスタジオステラという住み分けです。もっともっと大きなステージに立つための前向きで大きな決断なので、ぜひこれからも応援してもらえるとすごく嬉しいです。この個人事務所設立をきっかけに 星町彗星を構成するあらゆるクリエイティブをリニューアルしていきます。
Yep.
一つ目、長年愛用してきた星町彗星のロゴをリニューアルさせていただきました。
Yep.
こちら、
こちら。
これまでのね歴史と
So
トーン
cute.
はしっかり踏襲しつつ、今の時代に、そして今の私に一番フィットする形にデザインし直しました。さらにずっと欲しかった私のシンボルマークもなんと新しく誕生しましたよ。こちら、
こちら
かわいいね王冠マークになっております。お次はアーティスト写真です。どうぞ。今回は夜の海で撮影してもらいました。これからの
Wouldn't this be good for other members as well? Freeing resources allotted for her lives and stuff so others can make use of them, you know, like Callie and Universal. It's very... There are VTubers in any corpo who have grander ambitions that the agency cannot support them with. That's why they partner with other agencies or other companies like Calliope Mori did with with Sony, and Suisei with herself, or rather her own agency, because the company by itself cannot support them to the extent that they need in order to like grow the way they want to. I'm not saying that the talents want to stagnate there or whatever. It's just that there are talents who are just okay streaming and making the occasional songs, but there are talents that want to fucking be an entire goddamn, I don't know, like they want to be an A tier or an A-lister actor, or for example, they want to be a person that goes to Tokyo Dome. They want to be the #1 idol. They want to achieve things that unfortunately Cover Corp does not have the reach to be able to do. That's basically, yeah. Universal. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, that's basically what it stands. That's basically how it goes. It's something that doesn't apply to everyone. But if it does apply to everyone, again with the Marine example that I just mentioned, then it would be huge. Because unlike Cali, where Universal was only doing Calliope Mori's like music career, Suisei's personal agency does everything, covers everything, okay? Like what we read in the announcement, literally everything as a solo person, even including her own merch. Everything. Except obviously like collaborations with like concerts and stuff. So it's an entirely new frontier.
ない旅を感じさせるお気に入りの一枚になっております。まだまだありますよ。実はこれまでずっとなかったスイちゃんの公式ウェブサイトがついにオープンします。最新情報だったり随時アップデートしていくので毎日チェックしてくださいね。
Yeah, my boy.
そして
Thank you for super
皆
chat.
さんきっと待望であろう公式ファンクラブも設立が決定しました。
Cute,
名前は
nice.
星読み。みんなで、
Yes, that's
名
all of
前
us.
をファンクラブの名前に
That's
さ
all
せ
of
てい
us.
ただきました。これからももっとみんなの近くでいろんなことを発信していきたいと思っております。ファンクラブ限定グッズが買えたり、チケットの先行申し込みができたり、開放誌、ラジオコンテンツなどなどファンクラブのためにいろいろ準備しているので入会をお待ちしております。入会はこの配信終了後21時。
Oh shit! That's like... Never mind, yeah, that's literally hours
ファン
ago.
クラブができたということは次に何が来るかお分かりですよね。
Yeah?
星町彗星アリーナツアーまたしても
I'm wondering when the tickets are going to start selling.
開催決定ありがとうございます。ドドーン。タイトルは Once Upon a Stella。 今回は4会場5公演でお届けします。9月8日9月9日の K アリーナ横浜 2days を皮切りに10月21日に G ライオンアリーナ神戸、11月7日に名古屋 IG アリーナ。
Do you think, just your personal opinion, as neither of us know, of course, Cover accepted this business arrangement to avoid losing her period? Well, it is my personal opinion, but I can genuinely see that happening. I can genuinely see that the people over at Nerd were doing more for Suisei than Hololive was doing for Suisei. I can genuine, at least in the ways that matters to her. So, in a sense, I can see the reality that Cover Corp had to basically I don't want to use the word capitulate. Cover Corp had to make up an arrangement so that they don't lose literally their biggest idol. But then again, like I said, I don't actually know. This is a specific rat. Yeah. I don't think she would ever leave even if this didn't happen. Yeah, but at the same time, it's Suisei we're talking about. She is like a diva.
そして11月12日にマリンメッセ福岡 A 館星町水星初となる4都市アリーナツアー、ぜひ遊びに来てください。お気づきの方もねいると思うんですけれども、今回のライブキービジュアルもピカゾさんに加藤お気づきの
No,
方も
Nerd is not phobia. Nerd is not part of Cover Corp. It's a separate talent agency.
いるかもしれませんが、今回のライブキービジュアルはピカゾ先生に書き下ろしていただきました。ミカ先生本当にありがとうございます。今回も本当に素敵なキービジュアルでね、ぜひたくさんね見てください。チケットはなんと本日の配信終了後から早速ファンクラブ先行申し込みがスタートします。絶対チェックしてくださいね。次、実はもう一つ騒がれていた大きなプロジェクトが動き出します。ミッドナイトグランドオーケストラも活動を改めて本格化していきます。タイトルはプロジェクトアレグロ、日程は2027年2月11日、場所は幕張メッセにてライブを行います。こちらも本日からファンクラブで先行申し込みができるので、ぜひ遊びに来てください。リリースだったりタイアップなどすでにいろいろ決まっているものもありますので、星町水星、そしてミッドナイトグランドオーケストラのこれからを楽しみにしていてくれると嬉しいです。今日発表したことは全部ね、次の大きな目標に向けて私が本当に頑張りたいと思って草悩んだ末に決断をしたことです。環境は少し変わるかもしれないんですが、星町水星はもちろんこれからも
Literally, again, it's literally what I just said earlier, chat. It's literally what I said earlier. Yeah. Again, to reiterate, Suisei, as an IP, still belongs to Cover Corp. But she will be managed by an entirely different agency, her own personal agency, which will do everything. And Cover Corp would have no say on what Cover Corp, at least according to the wording here, Cover Corp will not have any say on what Suisei will be doing going forward. Yeah. This makes it so that theoretically Suisei will have more leeway, will be freer to do things. She will have more freer to do things in the sense that where she's able to do what she wants without like the restrictions that Cover Corp has. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Again, what I said earlier. Being a corpo talent without the restrictions of a corpo. That's why I think this is huge. And again, if a future talent is going to be able to strike a similar deal, it will be huge. It will be more than huge. Actually more, like it would be like huge. You know what I mean? And it's new. I understand why it's so confusing. I understand why I can be wrong here because it's so new. Nobody has done this before. You could, yeah, sub-license, again, sub-licensing is a thing that is not like uncommon or like a groundbreaking thing that happened in Hololive, in literally anywhere in Japan, but to this extent is new. So I would like to think it's a win-win for everybody. Oh, you see the meowing? Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Hearing her sing with an orchestra, that was literally what happened in her concert. So in the concert, there was literally a fucking live band behind her, okay? And she was just there. Yeah. We're gonna mute it. Again, I saw the stream for a bit. So we're gonna mute it and I'm going to show you. It's pretty cool. I mean, Granted, she's not the first person that that did this. I would like to think, but it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, see, look at this shit. Okay, it's so like chill. I don't know the word I'm looking for here. Cozy. Yeah, it's like cozy. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know the term. Yeah, look, you see how everybody. Yeah, I was somewhere around. Where was it? Where was it? Where was the fucking part with the violins? This wasn't it. Where's the part with the fucking violins? That was where I was watching earlier. Or it was a string instrument. Was it this part? No, not this part. No, it wasn't this part. It was a string instrument. Oh, I guess it was this. Huh. Yeah. What's the other Holo news? Oh, The other Holo news would be shit like Iris being the top of the sex appeal ranking. But we'll get into that later. I just think that this is a very, very fascinating like development. It really does. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fucking cool. And I hope everybody will have this to a certain extent. I hope. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. So again, the fact that she changed her name from Hololive into Studio Stellar should tell you enough. It's very fascinating. It's very interesting. Oh yeah, there's also the fact that have you seen her new costume? Yeah, we're gonna get into that later. And there's also the fact that Fuwawa have to go on a month-long break. And yeah, Fuwawa has to go on a month-long break. Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna close this one now. We're gonna close this one now. All right. Enough of the Suisei news. Let's talk about the other shit that's going on. Okay? Flashbang? Oh shit, sorry. Yeah, white screen, of course. White screen is scary. Fucks up the eyes and shit. Give me a sec. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question. Oh shit, sorry. I'm gonna ask you a question, guys, okay? I'm gonna ask you a question. Base Snake Eyes outfit, I imagine, awakened or maybe enlightened a lot of you. Iris, jacketless in her racing costume, probably also awakened or enlightened some of you. Crony, in her goddess costume, probably awakened or enlightened a lot of you. This begets the question: who is the sex symbol of promise? Is it Bae? Is it Iris? Is it Crony? Who is it, chat? Who is it? I want honest answers. Okay? All of them? No, let's not cheat. No cheating, no cheating. Do you want to fuck the rat? Fuck this gorgeous being? Or do you want to fuck the snake? Well, she's not a snake, but like, you know, I was talking mostly about Boros, but like, whatever. Or do you want to fuck the clock woman? Poll this? True, I should poll this. Let me poll this real quick. Who is the sex symbol of promise? Crony, Bay, or Iris? By the way, I would like to say, I remember back in 2022, I've been saying that Iris was sexier than a lot of other Hololive members. In terms of design, in terms of personality. That being said, I don't remember where I ranked her, but I'm pretty sure it was higher than a lot of people. And I distinctly remember people throwing me shit at that. It's like, whoa, Iris higher than this person? What are you, like, stupid? And now only people have started to wake up to this. The reason why Iris is sexy is balance. Actual balance. She is, like, cute. But she has, like, that devilish body and the mannerisms that make it low-key kinda hot. It's like she's intentionally hiding her power level. Like, actually hiding her power level. Not the kind of hiding where it seeps out a little bit. No, those are accidents. Some people, quote, hide their power level by trying to, like, by, like, intentionally leaking some of it to show, like, to brag how powerful she actually is. No, Iris is actually just a secret degen, but I don't think she even is aware herself that she is a secret degen. Okay? She has a bit of... Yeah, exactly. She has a bit of everything. A bit of everything. Yeah. At the same time, Bay slaps on the fucking... slays on the fucking stage. Okay? The things that Bay does is insane. I mean, I need mute. This woman knows how to be sexy. Oh, nice. Okay, thank you for the edit. This woman knows how to be sexy and will only be sexy in selective moments. And when those moments appear, they pop off very hard. Similar to Iris, where she kinda hides her power level in the sense where she's intentionally not being sexy, but when she has to be, she fucking owns it. She has this sort of confidence that's like... She has the kind of confidence that's like super immense. Okay? Yeah. Bay is kinda tryharding. I don't know about... Yeah, I don't know about Bay kinda tryharding. I think her confidence is loud. I will agree with you on that one. Her confidence is loud, so I can understand why some people will see her being loud in her confidence as being tryhard, in the sense. But I think her confidence being loud is actually not even something that she intentionally does. I think that's just her herself. Right? Like, she's the person that says, yeah, I know I'm sexy, I'm not gonna show it off, but because of my job, and when I want to show it off, I need to show it off, I will gleefully show it off. You know what I mean? Like, she knows to. And she is probably like Hololive's best dancer. I had the impression for a long time that Kiara was Hololive's best dancer, but that was because before I got enlightened by the Bay. But it seems like that's not the case. Yeah. It seems like that's not the case. These days, at least. That being said, Crony. Crony is more laid back. The sexiness of Crony is more laid back. It's like she is sexy, but she doesn't want to believe she is sexy. She is not sexy in the confident ways that Bay is. She's not sexy in the subtle, cute ways that Iris is. She's girl rotty sexy. She has the jugs, she has the curves, she has the body. But instead of showing it off, she prefers to just do whatever. She just prefers to, like, rot in her bed, be miserable, do things, eat tacos. Well, not actually tacos, like, eat stuff. And I would argue that she knows her power level, she just doesn't want to use it. I would argue that knowing you're that sexy and you just don't want to show it off because you don't want to is sexier than the other two kinds of sexy. You know what I mean? Like, she absolutely knows she's hot. Okay? She just doesn't like to show it off. And that by itself is the kind of subtle confidence that exudes sex symbol, in my opinion. You know what I mean? The kind that's approachable, but not desperate. The kind that's loud, but not try-hardy. You know what I mean? How is mating press losing? Yeah. Yeah. Crony, okay, the winner seems to be Crony or Iris. And you know what? I can see that. I can see that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like on the Gunner section of the stream, hey man, you cannot always expect this in my fucking streams whenever shit like this happens. It just is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. So.
And
oh shit, sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry, Jesus. Okay. Let's watch this clip. I think this is proof why Crony's laid-back, subtle sexiness works really well. I'm gonna explain it later. Sorry, bit behind the nerd thing seems like an old record company imprints for big artists. More freedom, control, bigger cut, theoretically. Oh yeah, no problem, Potato Radio. Yeah. Yeah. It is for big artists. Yeah, it's more of a talent agency now from what we're seeing. Basically helping a lot of mostly musicians from what I can see. Yeah. Okay. This looks like a bridal outfit. You're not wrong. True, you're not wrong. So anyway, clip by by Osekai. Crony finding every single excuse just so it doesn't have to do with one simple thing.
I'm glad you never took up a bad habit. Yeah. I'd rather just, like, I don't know, snack on something, take a nap. I don't know. Too much work.
She is such a woman. Not derogatory. Affectionate.
And, like, I don't even have alcohol in my fridge, so that would mean that I have to go outside to, like, no. Heck, I'm even, like, lazy to, like, boil water. What makes you think I would go outside and buy stuff? Because, like, you know, you have to wait, like, 5 minutes or something, and I don't, like, I have to be near it to wait for the water to finish boiling, and then if I have the water, that would mean I have to get...
You know what Crony is the personification of? This fucking image. Wait, hold on. Holy shit. Is it loading? Why is it not loading? This, okay. I should warn you. I'm an animal in bed. Pet me and bring me food. This is Crony. This is the appeal of Crony. Okay. Pet me and bring me food. Oh, pet play. Yeah, exactly what Crony likes. Or quote what she doesn't like. And this is why she's hot. Look at the confidence of this fucking face. Okay, look at the confidence, the curves, the perfect body, the way she smugs, looks at fucking anybody, thinks she knows she can get what she wants. But what she actually wants isn't like sex or all these exotic things. No, she wants foods and she wants to be assured and she wants to be loved. That's a breed of sexiness. That's a breed of like, I'm not even trying to be parasocial here, but that's like a, yeah.
Get a cup and then I have to wash that cup, and that's just, oh, that would mean like adding more to the dishes that I have to wash. The kettle is very fast. Yeah, it takes about like 5 minutes, but also I don't have 5 minutes. I could be in the bath and just drinking plain old water.
True.
And the reason why my house is so clean is because I'm lazy.
Okay.
So if I clean,
Oh, Stunk. Thank you so much. Stunk B, thank you for the $5, dude.
that's like
I appreciate
one
that.
less thing I don't have to think about.
Oh.
And like the thing is, like, I boil the water. I'm not at like right beside it. I'm doing something else, right? And then maybe I forget that the water finished boiling, and then by the time I get it, it's lukewarm. That would mean I have to boil it again and then wait another 5 minutes. That would be like, I don't know, like the including the time that I put it aside, it would be like 15 minutes or so. And I have to wait 15 minutes for the water to finish boiling. Like,
Okay.
damn, that is so much work.
Bro doesn't fucking want to boil her own water.
Just use the microwave like a normal person. No.
Okay, actually don't even microwave. Why would you microwave water, you fucking peasant? What?
Boiling pure liquid is so dangerous. I don't trust myself or technology. I would like maybe like microwave just food.
Someone needs to marry her. Somebody wants to marry. Somebody has to marry her. What monster micros the water? Fucking yeah. No, I actually unironically see this a lot. Some people, I have talked to so many. It's always Americans. I have seen so many Americans say that they put their cup of tea in a microwave to heat it up. Use a kettle, bro. A kettle. Holy shit. My
If I had
God.
food. Just realized how sad that sounded. Yeah, but if I did, I would. But I would not boil, like, like microwave
America,
pure
USA.
liquid. I just can't do that. Get a whistling kettle. But what if I, like, get lazy and I don't pick it up and then it, like, boils too much and it explodes and, like, my cats might get injured and it would all be my fault and I would be riddled with guilt for the rest of my life. I know it's unreasonable. I'm just really lazy, okay? Conclusion, I'm just really lazy. And that's why my house is extremely clean, because I'm lazy and I just don't want to think about it. There are kettles to auto turn off. Yeah, they turn off automatically. That's why like 5 minutes in, they turn off. But the thing is, mine doesn't make a sound. It just turns off. So like I'm just doing my own thing and I lose track of time. I come back, the water is lukewarm. I boil it again. There's less water because it boiled and some of the water evaporated.
Yes, that's
and
the
then
point.
I don't get enough
The kettle
water.
turns itself off. Yes. Well, I mean, I guess, sorry. Electric kettles do that to you. This is why we taxed Americans on tea. If that's what you're gonna do to tea, I would prefer you dump it in the ocean. True, same.
Because I don't
I'm
feel
fucking Asian. Yeah.
it enough. I probably should actually. But then what if the water goes stale? So I just like pour just enough so that there's enough water for me to have like a full cup. And then I do that. And that means that I have to wash the cup because I put tea in it.
Okay.
And that's going to like, you know, make the cup dirty and I would have to like, you know, obviously wash it. And
Bro just doesn't want to do any of that for simple water.
what a pain. What a pain. That's why I have this like a jug that fills an entire gallon so that you know, once this water supply is gone, I can just like fill it up to the top and survive off of this for a few days. I do it so that there's one less thing that I can worry about. Not because I love cleaning, but because I just don't want to think more. So in a way, I'm almost like diligent because I'm lazy.
Yes.
I'm diligent in some parts so that I can be lazy. If I do this one thing, if I do these several things, that means there's more time for bed rotting. Turning it into a positive.
Somebody needs to marry this woman. Somebody who can do the chores for her. Do the menial tasks around the house for her. Make her food. Endure the fact that when she doesn't like your food, she fucking throws the plate at you or some bullshit. Somebody that can handle being screamed at for, I don't know, woman moments, like when she's on her period or something, but at the same time, like, needs to be able to reciprocate the extent of her neediness when she's ovulating, and is able to bear her depressive episodes, and will stop her from killing herself when she feels that way. That person sounds exactly like me. I think I'm very... I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I think I'm very, very, like, perfect as a candidate for being Crony's husband. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I can handle all of these. Remember about Crony's old Subway eating habits? True, fucking gross, dude, gross.
Exactly.
Get in line,
Like,
bro.
instead
I've
of
been in line since day one, bro.
being, like, consistently diligent, you can just be like, you know, clean everything, do everything, so that you can spend the next few days or whatever time that you're allowed to just be in bed for the majority of the time. And
Okay.
that's awesome. That's beautiful.
She's so perfect. The Warden of Laziness. True. She's actually unironically perfect. I wish I met other... I wish women like her were real. You know, I wish people like her were real. I have them in my real life and all these sorts of things. I wish... Yeah, I wish... Yeah. Yeah. I don't... Crony likes the dark skin types, unfortunately. Sorry, dudes. Well, I mean, she is Korean, and Koreans hate my kind, so... Okay, you know what? Michael Jackson, I understand. God damn. From depressed Nosagi to depressed Crony. It's hard when you have multiple Oshis, because you have multiple aspects of a person that you really like. I think in terms of entertainment and content, obviously, you guys might not believe this, but I actually still watch Pecora the most. I know you guys won't believe that. I have not talked about Pecora in a long while. Well, I guess at least like last week when we were watching some of our clips on stream. But I have not watched Pecora for a long, long while. But believe me when I say she is still the Hololive member I watch the most, because her type of comedy is the exact kind of comedy that I like. And if she becomes darker, like let's say a bit of dark humor gets like embedded into Pecora's like humor, I would probably not watch any other Hololive streamer. I'm gonna be real with you. But I think in terms of like a person I can genuinely simp for, like throw a lot of money, I think it would be Crony. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think a person like Crony is like actually my type IRL. Or maybe transpose that into indie. Maybe like Krelly. Yeah. Yeah. But you should watch Pecora, especially with your mother. My mom doesn't know VTubers. Yeah. Crony is everyone's type. True. Yeah, Crony is everyone's type. True. I get that reference. Yeah. Have you? No. No. She is real, just not reachable. I would work 9 to 5. Yeah. Crony is the type of person I would like go to war with. Go to war for. Unfortunately. Same brother, I'm so obsessed with her. I try not to miss any stream. Unfortunately, because of like my life, I actually do miss a lot of Crony streams. And if I do watch Crony content, it's in the form of clips. Because I unfortunately do not have the same sort of time that I did back in like 2020 and 2021. 2021, I used to watch every single Hololive VTuber that knows how to speak English. I did. Yeah. Like, at the very least, 9 hours of my time every single day. Chat, every single day is dedicated to watching Hololive. I was so unemployed, other than doing like, you know, fucking the task that I was given at college. I didn't know what to do with my time, so I just dedicated it to watching VTubers. Now I have the exact opposite problem. I don't have enough time to watch VTubers. And even if I do have time to watch VTubers, a part of my mind just says, you know what? Why not just fucking watch, I don't know, like the latest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen or Hell's Paradise or fucking the new One Piece series or all these sort of things, you know? College life do be like that. I'm not even in college anymore. I'm fucking employed now. I think I told you guys, I have 3 jobs right now. I have like 3 jobs. Yeah. I guess 4 if I include my YouTube channel. But I think I also told you guys my YouTube channel is like half a job, at the same time half a hobby. It's like my way to still be connected to like you guys and to my hobby. You know, it's like a loop. It's like it's a positive loop where I have a reason to watch clips, and my reason to watch clips is also doing content like this. Like me consuming VTuber content feeds into me being able to make content, right? Like it's a very good feedback loop that I would like to think is very helpful to my life right now. Yeah. So I have that. I do think that in terms of like mastering my fucking efficiency and the things that I can do in one day, I have mastered it. Well, okay, maybe not mastered. Maybe like there are probably other people that do it better than me. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Never watched those. Stopped watching One Piece quite some time. Oh, I'm gonna be real with you. I have not watched a single episode of the One Piece anime, but I am watching the One Piece live action. Just because I wanted like a digested version of One Piece, I guess. Yeah. Oh, that's me. Yeah. Yeah. Aren't you worried about burnout? Hmm. Am I worried about burnout? Hmm. Yes and no. Chat, I have been going on a fucking infinite loop of hiatuses and graduations because of burnout. Okay? I've probably quote graduated fucking 4 times now or something. Me being burnt out is inevitable. It unfortunately is. But I have learned to still keep going even if I am burnt out. Like I forced my brain to do it. Yeah. Only 4? Are you sure? True. You can cross that bridge once you get to it. Yeah. Yeah. Next time when I'm not burnt out yet, right now at least, but next time I do reach burnout, I feel like I'll still have to keep going. The most that I'll probably try to do is like slow down, but probably Bao Bao IRL. What? Where? Oh, yeah, bro, I didn't even fucking, that wasn't even intentional, it's just on my feed, bro. Wait, what the fuck? Suisei agency? Yeah, you're a bit late, but it's fine. TLDR for the new people that just came in. Suisei make an entire new agency managed by a separate talent agency that she has had always one foot in the door for quite some time now. In terms of who owns Suisei's IP, CoverCorp still owns it. But even just that, Suisei still owns her IP, but she is going to be managed by another person. This allows her to be able to do the things that she wants without the restrictions that Hololive has. Yeah. Reason it's a big deal is because fucking Hololive doesn't have it's a big deal because she is basically a corpo talent without the restrictions of a corpo in all the aspects of her content creation. Like literally all aspects of her content creation is relegated to that person now. To that agency and herself now. And again, it's her own agency. Managed again by another person, but the fact that it is her own agency gives her a lot more freedom and flexibility than if she would be managed by Hololive. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, oh, I did see this too. I did see this too. Look at this shit. Okay, chat. Hey. Okay, we're going to talk about that one later. Oh, shit. Here we go. It's a post by Veliful. VTubers don't want you to know this, but we can be a little parasocial towards our viewers too sometimes. I have friends who are like, oh, one of my chatters hasn't been showing up lately. I wonder if I said something wrong. It's low-key cute, but don't tell them I said that. I'm gonna be honest. I do this every single time. I do. I do. I don't know if it's necessarily calling it parasocial, but if there's somebody in my chat that I know is like a regular and is not commenting, I get like a weird feeling. I get like, oh fuck, I wonder if I said something wrong here. Me hype, Metal Gear Flaccid, yeah man. So the thing is, I do this because I'm very wary. Okay, I would like to think that people who are watching me right now are people, like my regulars rather, are people who have stuck through all my controversies and have been ignoring it for a while. You know, I had my Patreon incident in 2022. I have my DramaTuber transition in 2024. I've had people like, you know, not liking me for a lot of reasons, and there are still people in my chat, there are still regulars like you guys who have stuck through all of it through thick and thin. So I would like to think that the people who have stuck by are people that they're not, okay, maybe not necessarily even ride or die, but they're people who chose to like understand or are aware of my controversies and still chose to engage with me despite all of that. So if you have a person like that and they have not interacted with you for a while, that makes me think, oh my god, wait a minute, what if I said something that even this person who I know is like logical, who have stuck with this, with my a lot of my controversy, what if I reached this person or like a group of people's like breaking point, you know, like they're like, you know what I mean? Like, I've said something too far off, or maybe the VTuber content that I've been making are not the type of content that they were here for in the first place, among many other things. Like, I guess I can name drop one of them right now. Pandora Pan. I have not seen Pandora in a while now, and that makes me kinda nervous. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or maybe they just died. That too. Yeah. And then there's also what's his face? Fireholder. My first mod ever, Fireholder. I have not seen him in over a year. Well, actually 2 years. I'm wondering what happened there. I took a break from Scarlett's stream one time and I made one comment and she asked me if I had been seeing other girls. Yeah, Tharja. So you have to remember, chat, every single one of you, Metal Gear Flaccid, true. Life changes, yeah. Every single small or relatively medium streamer that you know, remember, if you are a regular chatter of theirs, they remember you. They absolutely remember you, okay, chat? They do. They do. And they're not even they don't want you to stick to their streams because they want your money or anything. No. It's because they like you. I like you guys. I feel like you guys are more reasonable than a lot of people. I feel like you guys are the type of people who understand that even if I am wrong in certain things, or maybe if I misword something, you understand that I'm ESL, you understand that I don't mean a lot of things that I say, like I'm just there to shitpost or to intentionally rage or clickbait, among many other things. We have this kind of bond where I know your guys' boundaries and you guys know how to rage bait me and when to be serious and XYZ. And I like that. And I think that is parasocial. I really do think that is parasocial. A little bit gay, I would like to think. Yeah, that is like super homosexual, I'm not gonna lie. But it does happen. The homoerotic energy is high right now. True, and this is why I don't like being sappy too. I'm gonna be real with you, bros. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like sappy because it makes me feel gay. Yeah, Stunk B, I know you do. Yeah, I watch every stream, but I rarely comment. Yeah, I know you do. Like for example, he changed his name recently, so I don't. I mean, he changed his @ rather, so I don't even know if he's in the chat right now. Fuck, what's his new name again? I forgot his new name. Oh shit. Oh, uh-oh. Wait, take it back. Yeah. Yeah, I don't yeah. Damn, he forgot. No. It's in the back of my tongue. I just don't know how to say. It won't come out for some reason. It's not gay if you say no homo afterwards. True. Shit. Yeah, there's like a lot of people. Like, you show me a name, I would probably know and recognize them. I know their chat. I know your personalities. I know who my aunties are. I know who says shit about me. I know every single sister that doesn't or does like me or who chooses to engage with me. I know every single one of these people. I do. It's not me being a stalker. It's me finding a consistent pattern because I see it on my feed a lot. I see it. Yeah, like I know a lot of these people. Both my audiences and my aunties, I know them. Sometimes even by name. Yeah. He takes notes. I mean, not out of my own volition, but yeah. Rick Owo. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Rick Owo. I don't know if Rick Owo is in chat right now, but yeah, for example, I know him. I know Koki. I know fucking Sparrow Lux. I haven't seen Sparrow Lux in a while. I haven't seen him comment at least. Obviously, I fucking know Yinka. Yinka's in the chat fucking right now. Comfy Box. Holy shit, I have not seen Comfy Box in a while. He knows me, sadly. True, I do know you. Hi, Ande Kanata. I do know you too. Yeah. Let's see. There's Mildly, but I don't think maybe Mildly is not here right now. I don't exactly still don't. Maybe Mildly's at work. It's a fucking Saturday, I think. Or a Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday afternoon, sorry. Compy Box appears and goes. Yeah. Let's see. Let me try to remember some names. There's Greg D. I wonder where Greg D is. There's Lucas Tab. There's Tenet. Yeah. Unpopular Weep. Bro, of course I know you. Yeah. There's Aster. Not like the Aster Arcadia. Aster with a double R. There's Mayo Sunrise. I have not seen Mayo Sunrise in a while. I have not seen RPN in a while too. What jobs you're taking right now? Oh, I would very much like a hand job. By a girl, by the way. Is this shoutouts or roll call you're doing? Both, maybe? I don't know. True. I don't know. But yeah, I agree with Veliful here. People, your indie medium-sized Oshi does remember you. Even if you don't give her a lot of super chats, as long as you're in the chat a lot, you comment a lot, or even not even a lot, maybe like consistently, like maybe, you know, every 3 streams or so, they will remember you. I'm the OG, acknowledge me. Hi, man. Yeah, hello. Dude, Kaneko Lumi still has beef with me? Damn. Mani Sol Kati, true, I do remember that. I want to see the retweets. Let's see your retweets, Beliful. I want to see. Still thinking about the Russian Kapipi that's probably fucking dead. Jesus. One of the others disappeared to become an ornithologist too. That's why. Oh, Oh fuck, I forgot her name. Sorry, his name. I had a chatter that was like also kind of a regular super chatter that stopped being on my streams because he became a fucking doctor. I don't remember. Wait, no, wait, fuck. Why don't I remember his name? I know who he is. Like, if I see his name, I'll probably recognize and remember him, but I can't recall it on top of my head right now. But good for him, bro. He's a fucking doctor now. Good for him. Yeah. True, being a streamer for 2+ years now, the people that were watching me at the start aren't here anymore. Yeah. Grim my 2 view to actually stream more. That is an effective thing, Yinka. Yeah. Yeah. I don't take it personally, by the way. Okay, let me reiterate what I said. I don't take it personally when a person stops watching me. Again, especially if I know that they have been through thick and thin and choose to ignore the drama and shit like that. But, you know, it's the same way where I also don't really watch a lot of Hololive members anymore. You know, I'm fucking relegated to a clip watcher now. Jesus. Yeah. I'm your needy as fuck Palashosa streamer. Oh, Rima. Can confirm. Oh, shit. Can confirm this happens. We just don't really talk about it. For example, my mod staff and I used to wonder about this guy whom we lived in a remote area basically all alone. Used to be so active and one day just disappeared. Aww. Jesus Christ. Yeah. No. I promise you guys, your regulars will remember you. Yeah. So, you know, groom your 2 view, 3 view indies, I guess. It would be kind of funny. Don't forget us, Dian. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Tsukino Kage, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were a VTuber. Because there was also a VTuber who started by the name of Tsukino. And I'm like, not Tsukino Mito, by the way. Tsukino, like the same way you wrote Tsukino too. And I'm like, wait a minute, aren't you that guy? And it turns out, wait a minute, no, you're not. It's like, holy shit. Yeah. So anyway, somebody also sent me this clip of this video by Wafo. Hi Wafo, I don't know who you are, but she made a video saying why 90% of new VTubers fail. I have in my head an idea as to why I think 90% of VTubers fail. So let's watch this and let's see.
I've tracked 100 indie VTuber debuts to see who actually survived. The results...
Jesus, hold on. Let me fucking get out of the... Sorry if that's loud. The fucking captions. Okay, there we go.
Were terrifying because 92% of them were complete...
I actually appreciate the fact that you have a scuffed mic. Chat, this was how I used to stream back in 2022, bro. A fucking scuffed $20 mic. Holy shit.
Inactive within 6 months. While I track these VTuber debuts, I noticed one strange pattern that almost nobody talks about. And once you see it, you start
My mic is not shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
noticing it everywhere. Today, we're breaking down the 5 fatal mistakes that kills indie VTubers before they even begin, and the one simple change that could completely...
I'm going to tell you one right now. The emphasis on numbers. See, unfortunately, a lot of VTubers have a number sickness where it goes 2 ways. One, they buy all these ads, they hype up these sorts of things to be a VTuber who is going to debut in this date. They debut. Lots of people come out. Next few streams, they only retain like 10 or 5% of the initial viewership. So let's say that person had like 1,000 people coming into their stream and only 50 people return in the next few streams. That is so demoralizing, and to them, it gives the impression that these numbers are not enough to justify the energy and time that I have to sacrifice streaming. the 4 hours that I'm streaming could be used fucking working and finding a new job elsewhere. So I would rather not. They basically, it's an energy assessment thing. Okay, that's one thing that they look at. The other thing that happens is that they put in so much stock in their debuts. Their debut does not hit the numbers that they want, and they fucking go on a mental spiral. Yeah. Can't die if you've never started. True. Well, Saba is the exception. She cannot stream for years. The second she's back, the internet breaks. True, and Ayame.
Transform your growth. Mistake number 1 is what I call the model trap. Indie
Okay.
creators are treating VTubing like a pay-to-win gacha game. They believe that if they just drop $5,000 on a high-end live 2D model with 80 different toggleable expressions, that the algorithm would magically reward them with an audience. But it doesn't work like that. The
True.
global VTuber market was
True.
valued at roughly $6.28 billion in 2023, and
I still don't understand why there are indie VTubers who spend upwards of a 10 goddamn grand for assets and lore videos and cool animations and sprites. Bro, when you're an indie, nobody gives a shit about that. That's the kind of thing that you develop over time as you grow. In fact, look, there is an effect for indies called a approachability factor. When you're an indie and you're not that popular and your setup is scuffed and you're like, you don't really look all that good, you haven't perfected your thing, you haven't perfected or really mastered like your content creation abilities or even the way you talk, your mic is still scuffed like, what I used to have among many other things, that is it actually has an endearing effect. Right? Obviously, as you grow, you have to upgrade your mic, you have to upgrade a lot of your things to actually attract new people. But the people that will come for you, the people that is endeared by your scuffed, kind of weird setup, is the foundation that you should build off of. Because those are the people who understand and know you for you. They are the people that understand that even if you go through drama, regardless of what that fucking drama is, they will still stand by you. Chat, there are still people who are eagerly awaiting Elfin Psyop's return. Okay? And you know what? I respect that. I respect Elfin Psyop in the sense that she knows these things. She had this scuff thing. I feel like she understands that's what made her marketable and quote relatable or approachable in the first place, and she embraced it. Yeah. People cheer for the underdog. Exactly. Yeah. I still owe she my 3 views. True. I'm a 3 view, I would like to think. If you don't develop over time, doesn't real work. Yeah, no, like I said, you have to, these are the things that you do have to develop over time. That way you can get more views. But your foundation is more important than immediate views.
It crossed 7.2 billion by 2026. Professional models now range anywhere from $500 to $10,000 when they're custom. But
True.
VTubers don't subscribe to a PSD file. They subscribe to an entertainer and a real person behind that model.
True.
I draw and rig VTuber models for a living. I've seen creators spend thousands of dollars on my own rigs before they even stream once. So when I tell you the model isn't the thing that determines success, I'm speaking from inside of this economy. A $10,000 rig won't save you from a 0 viewer stream. Free models are completely okay. Mistake number 2.
So I also see this problem a lot in VTubers where they are demoralized by having only 1 or 2 people on their stream. Keep going. Entertain people as if there's a lot of people there. Up your reactions among many other things. But obviously, that's not going to work long term. Pivot. Before chat, The streaming economy right now, or the streaming strat right now, is to not start your career off of streaming alone. You have to start somewhere and then funnel your viewers into your streams. You have to make, let's say, TikToks, for example, about a certain niche. You have to make a video, for example, about a certain niche. You have to do something else before you stream and then funnel it. That's how I started. Like, chat, remember, back in 2022, I streamed like fucking, like once a month? Once every 2 months or something? And my streams aren't even like drama or news related shit. It was shit like ranking Hololive members based off how sexy and hot they are. Fucking ranking how cool certain fan bases are, among many other things. No, I really only started streaming my news side of things and my drama side of things because I genuinely found it entertaining. Okay? Chat, I don't do the things that I do right now if I didn't like it. Whether or not it's unfortunate for a lot of people, I do find drama coverage very entertaining. It's so funny. A lot of the drama that I cover is hilarious, or at the very least fascinating. You have to understand that I also consume these things from an intellectual point of view. The drama that I consume is a precedent or is a note, like a note in my head to reference to whenever something happens, and I know what to avoid and what to do. And how I can apply that to advice that I can give to other streamers or to other people that may not know what they are doing. Yeah. I said, oh god, don't do that, Frosty Chaos. Holy shit.
Choosing the wrong platform. 90% of indies default to Twitch because it's like the streaming platform.
You've been reporting on these dramas for so long. You might not recognize this, but I actually really only started streaming drama after Salengate. For real. I did. Back in 2022 and 2023, I barely streamed drama. I barely, okay chat, barely. I didn't fucking talk about it even. You know why? Because I was the one that consumed drama, bro. And besides, False ID and Kyo were on those dramas' asses for quite some time now. After Salengate, that's really when I started to do it. And I also recognize that that's when a lot of other like up-and-coming drama and news tubers also started doing it. But that's because it was fun at the time. Yeah.
This mistake is so common, it's insane to me because there is such a simple fix that'll gain so much more of an audience for any VTuber.
Okay.
First of all, stop streaming solely on Twitch. There are better ways. Twitch has zero organic discovery for a new streamer. If you're sitting at 0 views in any category on Twitch, you're buried under thousands of people
That also have 0 views. True.
YouTube, on the other hand, operates on a content algorithm, not a pure live viewer hierarchy. That means YouTube directs your content to a real audience that cares. I like to use SE multi-stream and make sure
I would like to expand on that advice too. And it's basically the same advice that I gave earlier. Don't solely stream on one platform, but even before you stream in the first place, make sure that your viewers have content to watch of beforehand.
through the rest of the video because I'll explain the real methods to gain real viewers.
Okay.
By leveraging YouTube Shorts, you can actually push your content to new screens. So I stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Mistake number 3, the debut stream delusion.
Hey, that's what I mentioned.
Hololive and Niji Sanji talents debuted to 100,000 concurrent viewers, which is insane.
By the way, the record holder for the biggest VTuber debut of all time is Yuki Sakuna, aka Aquas PL. Bro reached like 300 something live viewerships. Before that, was it Peko Mama or was it Koyori? I think it was Peko Mama. Before that, Peko Mama was the record holder with 181. So it's huge.
So you spend 3 months creating lore videos, graphic, and a rigid schedule. But here's the harsh truth. Those massive agencies control the entire market right now. Data shows that just Hololive and Sanji alone capture over 60% of all of VTuber viewership globally. When it
Yep. I said this a while too. The moment you become indie and you don't have indie friends or anything that you can leverage to get, like, you know, to like serve as a jumping pad, if you don't like, and you don't have the help for that, you are fighting against numbers, that's statistics. You are intentionally choking yourself, so don't do that. Join Hololive. Take your chances.
an agency talent debuts, they're inheriting an audience of millions. When you debut, you're a complete stranger shouting into the void. Treating your first day on the internet like a highly anticipated corporate event is pure delusion. Your first stream shouldn't even be a debut. It should just be a stream. Trust me, because if the deck is stacked this heavily against you, you should make your own cards. Hi, I'm Waffle Bean. I'm an artist, animator, and live 2D rigger. I draw and animate everything on my channel, and I've built a community of over 6,000 of you by studying the technical mechanics of what actually makes
7K now, so congratulations.
the VTuber industry function. I make VTuber models, so I want you to succeed. And hey, comment 3 purple heart emojis if you've watched this far. Let's look at the next mistake.
Let's
Too
go.
many indies keep their entire persona a secret up until their debut day. This is a complete misunderstanding of how indie VTubing works.
What
You
does that
can't
mean?
just
Actually, I don't think I understand what she means.
expect people to show up for a grand reveal if you haven't given them a reason to care about you beforehand. The creators who actually survive their first 6 months are the ones posting shorts, sharing behind the scenes rigging progress, and talking in other creators' chats months before they ever even hit the goal.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. I know we don't like V-tweeters, but V-tweeting is actually the meta right now. And even then, actually, it's not like we hate V-tweeters, okay? We hate V-tweeters who subject themselves or participate in, like, drama that is not really even VTubing related, especially when it comes to politics, but don't stream. But there are a lot of, like, V-tweeters that are actually, like, just doing it for the love of the game. Not, I don't mean actually making drama, but, like, making engagement content, engagement bait, and just doing things for the love of the game. I don't think all V-tweeters are bad, obviously. They just have a very bad reputation. But it's not like I see V-tweeter, I immediately think bad, because I do recognize that, yeah, for most people, V-tweeting is actually one of the very effective avenues that you can gain a following before your debut. Not all V-tweeters, but always V-tweeters, yeah!
You have to build the funnel before you can turn on the water. But the final mistake is one almost every single indie VTuber makes.
What's
and
that?
Fixing it is the fastest way to actually start growing and improving.
What's that?
Mistake number 5. Putting in hobby level effort, but expecting CEO level returns. If
Okay,
you want to do this
explain.
for fun, that's totally fine. But if you want to make this your job, you have to treat it like a business. Industry monetization data.
She's calling me out. She's calling me out. When V-tweeters post, they're posting drama, they're posting rage bait, they're posting tourist opinions, and some I assume are good people. Yeah, Jelio Thighs, yeah, exactly. I agree. It's usually always that case. But, oh, Agressa. Yeah, Agressa is also one of my regulars. So I'm going to... Oh, and Margarita too. Hey, Margarita, are you in the chat right now? Okay, so... I have a question for you guys. The effort that I'm putting into my content creation, into my YouTube channel and in my Twitter, is that a hobby level? Do you think it's hobby level effort, or do you think it's business level effort? What do you think? Say yeah, just say it in the chat. I don't think I'm gonna make a poll. In between? Hobby? Yeah. No. You guys are, yeah, see, I told you guys are smart. Yeah. It's actually in the in between. It's like in between leaning hobby level. And the reason why I say that is because I know that there are certain moves and certain things that I need to do in order to improve my channel, to get new business partners, that I need to collaborate with more people to get more viewership. I need to do certain things to, let's say, get more viewership, get more money, get more super chats. I don't do all of them. In fact, when I do all of them, I often have, when I'm being told or being recommended by friends to do a lot of them, I have my woman moments. I'm not a woman, but I have my woman moments where like I start bitching and whining about things that I know is good for me, but I don't want to. And when I explain to them why I don't want to, it's not reasonable. Like the things that I don't want to do are actually unreasonable. They're not logical, chat. Okay? Heck, I'm fucking afraid of like raiding and being raided by bigger people because I think that I'll be causing them any trouble, even if I know that's not really even necessarily the case. Yeah, I do. I have these moments. And that's why, like for example, like, you know, trying to join Mythic right now, chat, is one email away. Getting more sponsors right now, being an affiliate for fucking, I don't know, NordVPN or whatever, one email away. ReboCap, helping other agencies, collabing with people like, I don't know, fucking, what's his face? Like, name a YouTuber that you probably think I'd work well with. I'd probably, like, reaching out to all these peoples. I don't bother to do a lot of them. You know why? Because, yeah, you are right in the sense that I don't really view this as a business. It's more of a hobby for me. It is in the in-between, but it's more of a hobby for me. So I don't really put in that much effort to maximize the money that I can earn from this. You're scared of commitments? Not necessarily even commitments. I just don't like looking and doing things that make this feel like a job. Because otherwise, it would probably kill my passion for VTubing. Contrary to like what a lot of people, like especially people that don't likely might think, I don't do things for viewership. I don't do things for money. I really don't. I do it for the love of the game. Me clickbaiting, I don't do that for views or money. I do it because I think it's funny. Me making things up or making exaggerations, that's not me thinking that I can do it because I think it'll get more viewership. I title or do things that way because I think it's funny. Yeah. Yeah. So, at the same time, I would like to maintain a degree of activity in my YouTube channel where I think that you paying your super chats and your memberships would warrant the money that you send me. So I have to still put a little bit of effort into it that makes it worth it. Ergo, I pay people to do shit. I pay people to do X, Y, and Z things that I can't do. Things that are expensive, but I think is for the betterment of my channel. If you are a member, you have seen I actually lose money on this channel. Or at least I don't really gain that much money in my channel. I mean, I literally showed you my stats. If you are a member, if you are a member, you can look at the vlog that I posted like months ago to give you a reference as to how much I make from my YouTube channel versus like how much I have to pay my editors and XYZ. Yeah, you can do that right now. But yeah, I just want to reiterate that. Anyway, let's keep watching.
Data shows that for successful VTubers, super chats make up to 39% of their revenue on average. And
True.
memberships take up about 26%. This kind of financial support only comes from a deeply loyal and hyper-engaged community. You don't get that by just streaming randomly twice a week and refusing to edit down your...
That's not true for me. I get a lot of super chats, right? Like, I have quite a bit of members, but they are not the majority of my my money. At least, how do I want to say this? At least not back then. Yeah. I wonder if it's because I'm not that like simp worthy, or I'm not a like I trapped myself into a position where people won't donate for donation's sake, or people won't sub because they don't see any value in my let's say my paywalled content. I really don't know. Yeah.
Your own VODs. You get it by studying analytics and getting these numbers to go up. See,
Oh, thank you, Darla. Thank you so
this
much.
number right here, this is what you should be focusing on. CTR.
True.
Click-through rate is one of the biggest and simplest ways to get real viewers to click. And how do you improve it? Better titles and better pictures.
I'm bad at both of them. See, chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of my streamer friends are better businessmen and content creators than me. Right? Like sometimes I fucking look at Rima, I look at Parrot, and I look at like other people, and they do a lot of studying. They do a lot of studying. What works, what doesn't. How do I make this content, spin it in a way where it's specific or unique to me? How do I do these things to get more people? Like they have all these strategies, right? They have all these like meetings, or not meetings. They have all these like these things where they can think of ways to have more engagement on their channel. I look at that and I feel very insecure. I really do. I feel very insecure because it's like, oh fuck. I mean, I don't really think about these, man. I don't think about it. I mean, I don't really think about what video will get popular. I just kind of think about like, you know, what I think I want to do, like what video I think is like I kind of want to make right now. Oh, I don't really think about how to make my thumbnails. I just look at like fucking, I don't know, internet historians videos or something, and I just kind of do that. Or, you know, maybe Turkey Toms. Like I don't really think about a lot of these. Like I really don't. I think about the aspects of VTubing, and I studied more of that more than I study content creation. And maybe to a certain extent, maybe that's why my channel is not getting the same kind of viewerships that I used to. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't need to, you're doing great. My numbers say otherwise though. Yeah.
And this is the real reason most of those 92 creators just disappeared. So, what did we learn? Most indie VTubers quit quickly. So if you continue to stream after 6 months, you've already made it to the top 10%. Expensive models don't create immediate success.
Lower your expectations is real.
High-end live 2D model can't replace entertaining content, good audio, and engaging commentary. Platform strategy matters. I personally use SE Multistream to stream both on Twitch and YouTube Shorts so that I can actually push content to new viewers through the algorithms that Twitch just doesn't have. Debut streams are not what makes creators grow. Agency debuts succeed because they inherit massive audiences. Indie creators start from
Audiences that are already built into the agencies, yeah.
zero,
And
so
we'll talk
the
about that
first
later.
stream should focus on content, not spectacle. Audience building must start even before streaming. Successful creators build awareness by posting content, sharing progress, and interacting with communities before their first stream ever starts. If you're serious about surviving the VTuber industry, please subscribe and comment.
Thank you, Waffle. Thank you for the video. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to tell my editor to make this into a highlight and post it on my clip channel. If you don't like your video being used that way, you know, just send me a DM or something. Yeah. So yeah, in general. Very interesting. I think that's the problem with VTubing as a whole too. Gee, what's happening, Mike? Mike! Okay, it's fine. Jesus. She will ask for a collab. Dude, if somebody asks me for a collab, I will immediately accept. unfortunately, I have the problem of not. If I have the kind of problem where I kind of don't want to reach out to people. I'm like Pecora, okay? You know how Pecora doesn't really talk to somebody unless somebody talks to them first? Yeah, that's me. Yeah. It's like we're not introverted in the sense where we can't hold conversation or we can't shitpost. We're introverted in the sense where to engage with us, you gotta engage with us first. You know what I mean? Yeah. Pink post a link to her channel. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Wrong link. Sorry. Yeah, it's called Wafo. I'll put her link in the description. Learn from your Oshi. I did. I learned a lot. Chat, I actually unironically do a lot. I learn a lot, sorry, from Pecora. In very profound ways too. Yeah. You know, Michi. Oh shit. Kali talks about Suisei launching her own personal agency and how she feels about it. Now let's watch this one.
I hate the idea of inviting Mokugo to go look at the Sakura and then Fuawa feeling left out. So we'll just save it for next year. We'll make it the best Hanami ever. It was really
Hanami!
sweet that they watched my show on Abema. I thought, what's going on with this timing?
Okay.
Hey, cover, what's going on? Why did we schedule this to be at the exact same time as Suisei-senpai's birthday, huh? I wasn't even watching.
They do have that problem sometimes.
My own show on Abema. I was watching Suisei.
Do you fuck with Too Slimy? Unfortunately, man, I don't know who that is.
Show. What's going on there, huh? And yet those two watched it anyway. I just appreciated that. I wasn't even there watching it. I was watching my senpai. And those two watched it anyway. Isn't that nice? I appreciate them. That version of Stellar was so good. I started to tear up. That beats. I have a lot of complex emotions.
That is the Suisei power. Kwaho Shidakara.
A lot of very strong emotions, but they really look up to you. Well, Ian is strong together. We've had a lot of conversations recently about the future, and we all want to work hard, but we don't. I don't know. It's hard to explain. All of us, everybody's working really hard in Ian right now. There's a lot we want to do. We're trying to figure out our battle plan.
Okay.
There are views that we all want to see. I always use that. It's almost like a leitmotif in my story. I'm still thinking about how to get there, right? Watching Suisei senpai, she makes me feel like I can be strong.
Same.
Despite everything. Sometimes you gotta push yourself really hard out of your comfort zone, you know? She's.
I have a lot of things to say about Suisei. And not like the lewd degen ones, like actually like wholesome, inspirational ones.
So strong. I feel like I can be strong because of her.
Is she gonna leave?
Deadbeats. I had a chance to talk with Suisei senpai recently. I went to her house.
Nice.
Chatted with her a lot about various things. I had Animash cooking. What? Is that even allowed? Yeah, the twins were invited too, which is really cool. I was nervous that, maybe things might come to pass. I was scared she'd leave us. And it's not happening. Thankfully. She wouldn't leave us to die. She's the best. But I understand, she had her big announcement today. Suisei senpai is so big. In my personal view, and some may disagree with this. I think there will be a lot of people that disagree with this, but I think she's surpassed a certain line where she's so big, and I don't think she wants to be limited anymore. So I think that she made the right decision.
That's what I said.
I'm supporting her. As you deadbeats know, she really inspires me a lot. I feel like I can be strong because of her. I don't really have a ton of confidence.
Should I make a Suisei video? Damn, I'm getting like emotions now. I'm like, fuck. I mean, I made a Suisei video like back in 2020 fucking 2. But I'm wondering if I should make another one. Didn't you already have a Suisei video? I did, but that was back in 2022. I'll think about it. It's so outdated, Ian. I know. I don't... Look, here's the thing. It's hard to make a Suisei video without repeating the same story, okay? Because it's like... We all know that if we are going to make a Suisei video where the main theme of the fucking video is just going to be how she came from nothing, fucking do editing and doing like audio work for other VTubers to literally becoming John Idol in VTubing, right? Like the typical rags to riches story that we all know and love. How do I find a new angle with the new context that we have now? Like, that's the difficult part. Chat, when I make a script for a VTuber video, I don't really rely on AI. Because if I rely on AI, I feel like it's too simplified. It doesn't have the information that I know. And it's too soulless. I have to have an emotional hook and a soulful hook when I make a dedicated video for someone. And when I make 2 videos about somebody, the angles have to be different. The reason I say I'll think about it is I don't know what my new angle... If I am going to make a Suisei video, I don't know what my new angle is gonna be. Yeah. Imagine being some random 3view back in 2018 and having Suisei edit your videos. True! Because, chat, remember, that was what she started out as. Bro was fucking wiping tables, serving dishes in the morning, editing videos and doing audio work in the evening. And then after midnight, bro was going out here doing songs and her own songs and shit. Bro is like John Hustler and John Idol personified. And she's the stubborn kind too. Like, it is so easy for anybody to just not drop, to just drop things that Suisei has not for the sake of convenience or for the sake of being accepted or for the sake of like short-sighted money. Immediate money rather. Suisei is just built different. She's very stubborn. Probably, I would like to even probably imagine that some people working with her probably thinks she's annoying. She is so like hard, like driven to a point that it would probably make you feel insecure. She is so like business-minded and self-centered, not arrogant self-centered. Self-centered in the sense where she knows what she wants, she knows how to get there, and she wants to make all like she has to get there. You know what I mean? You're already glazing her. Yeah, I know. I can't, bro. If you're not glazing Suisei, you're not a human being. In video game terms, she's always felt like a boss. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Confidence I've been gaining it because of you guys, but I think somebody who wants to change the world like her, I think she will.
She will. She already did. Again, chat, she already did. The fact that we have a president that the corpo is not managing the activities of a talent, that you can be a corpo without being managed or without being restricted by the corpo, is already by itself a revolutionary thing. That is already huge.
Out of everybody every virtual being in this space who's been making waves, I think she's the one that's gonna change the world. I'd bet my house on it. I feel like I can be strong because of her. I'm trying to make my moves in my own way, but sometimes I get nervous because I don't have a lot of confidence. But I see her, she charges forward so fearlessly. I gotta work hard, deadbeats. I keep saying to Universal, they're like, who do you want to collab with? I'm like, can I collab with Suisei Senpai again? Can I collab with
I know what that feels like.
And I'm realizing,
yeah,
maybe it's better that not for now. My producer's like, you've already collaborated with her. I go, I know, but you don't understand.
But yeah, true, you don't understand. When somebody, it's like, I know it's bad, okay? I can understand why it's bad. But when somebody reaches that kind of status, you feel like you're below them. you feel like you don't deserve to be collabing with them. That they're an entire league away from you. You know, like, I know exactly how that feels, bro.
And then I think to myself, well, I think I have a ways to go before I want to collab again. I need to prove some things to myself first. I think we'll get a chance to someday, but I want to make some various strides first. And then someday, 5 or 10 years from now, we'll sing together on the world's biggest stage.
Bro, it's like a fucking Japanese idol thing where, you know, they're fucking crying and shit because they're like, someday I'll be worth I will be somebody that's like worth standing beside you, or some bullshit like that. Probably. Yeah. If only Gura locked in, she could have done with the edge of speaking English. If only Gura locked in. Hard to say for Gura specifically. It's hard because I think I don't want to be mean to Gura, okay? But I've seen based off of the how do I want to say this? Based off of her track record, she has the talent, but she doesn't have the mind for it. I don't think she has the mind or the body to be a streamer. Which is a shame because she is a talented person. She's a very entertaining, talented person. So, you know. Yeah. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Gura probably burned out too quickly. Yeah, I mean, hey, I thought I burnt out really fast too, but like, I don't know. Fucking, you know? They talk as if Suisei is some Hollywood celebrity or something. She's big in VTuber sphere, but overall in J-pop scene, she's not that big. You're not wrong, Damir Turakbayev. Sorry. The popularity and the fame off of Suisei is the extent of the reach that she has in the J-pop scene. Even despite being a VTuber. Limited by her medium. And she is still that big. She is the queen of idols in VTubing. That's why everything is like huge for her. Yeah. Why do I have to put down other VTubers to put up other? I'm not sure if that's what I did, but yeah. Let's not hate Gura, please. Well, I don't hate Gura. I don't hate Gura. It's more so just like, you know, like an observation, you know? Dude, why are there Dude, I don't even watch these things. Why are this here? Why is... I scroll down far enough and it's all politics and shit. What the fuck? Shadsagi, true. Fuck. Imagine I become a right-wing grifter or a left-wing grifter. Either or is profitable. Unfortunately, I do not have that kind of energy or that knowledge to become one. Woke Sagi, true. Oh, anyway, speaking of let's look at this, bros. Let's look at this. Before we end the stream, let's look at this. VTuber Drama says, beware of Goro Gaumi. This has 200 likes. Okay. She has some interesting conversations with her viewers in her Discord. Keep in mind, this is a black woman herself. None of this is incredibly crazy, but it raises a lot of red flags for me, and I wanted to relay this to you. Okay, what are the red flags, my man? I asked for white hands. Some browns thought they were needed. Goro needed some whitish to schlick to. I wish you guys would post more pics of like your hands and stuff. I love remembering I have ripe white boys for the picking. That's... Holy shit. That is actually fucking based. Oh my god. I'm sorry I got them brown hands, lol. Also could use info for a better hand, not gonna lie. Oh, where you're brown. I thought you were white, sigh. You want a brown boy hand? I wish, man. No thanks. I can look at my own hand if I wanted brown. True. She can say that. I hate black people so much. I'm seeing a black queen tomorrow. Let me save. What? I'm DMing you right now. Wait, you guys can't get GF this month. I want Valentine's Day stuff. Guys, I could be a whore and have a BF. A black BF at that. Black cock. Bro, you have to be like fucking with me. I'm in line. This N-word asked for an extra fucking chicken tender when there was no more. I hate stupid black people. The audacity to ask for an extra fucking tender. You chicken eating... Oh my god! Me when I transform from black to blonde from hair. Oh my god! Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god, dude! And then she responds to this, by the way. She responds to this. She said, what is happening though? Oh, she's shit posting. She's like she's a black person, but like she's leaning into the racism shit. And then she says this. Woke up to find out I got cancelled on Reddit for somehow being racist to my own race. Wait, they are attacking their own race? Why even? Oh, because sometimes it's funny that way. You know how I'm also racist towards other Asians? And I say that proudly, by the way, especially with other Filipinos. I have the pass. I'm Asian. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Yeah. So that's her response. Holy shit, load please. How are you doing today? Doing fine, rather amused. Saw this message from you first, saw the Reddit post after. Found the snips funny more than anything. Here's a pale hand. Okay. So yeah. That's my issue with, I think, the VTuber drama subreddit and the r/Gorosanji subreddit. I think like oh hey Tharja, you're here. Lol. I think those subreddits have been dominated or like crowded up by people who have agendas. I'm not even talking about political agendas. I'm talking about agendas as in I hate this person, so I will post about them here for this reason. I hate or don't trust this agency, so I will post about them here. This VTuber seems subs, I will post about them here. You know? It's just agenda posting. And a lot of them are just making stuff up a lot of the time. Or they're taking things out of context. Chat, I have more respect for the VTuber Circle Jerk subreddit and the VTuber, the OK Buddy Hololive subreddit rather than those two. Because at least the agendas of those two subreddits are just being funny. You were in r/Gorosanji because of this stream? Yeah, no, I saw that, Popular Weeb. Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Like, holy shit, dude. I mean, we are on Reddit. Okay, buddy, Hololudes? True. Hololudes too. It's like they have the same... I really do think that they are the 4chaners that they think they hate. Chat, these people, a lot of these people at least, obviously not all of them, but like a lot of them at least, like the bandwagoners and the agenda posters among many other people, they are the same sort of people who say they don't like or hate 4chan, but they're really the same coin, different side, or whatever it's called. I forgot. Same side of the same coin? Or different side of the same coin? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They just have a different team. Same with a lot of the V-tweeters. I will still look at posts in the VTuber drama subreddit. I will still look at posts in the r/Gorosanji subreddit. because there are times where they can be very useful resources. But you know what? A lot of the time, those subreddits have become insufferable, bros. Absolutely insufferable. Holy shit. Yo, you got already got a Reddit post about you? No, I know what you mean. Like the one on the Kurosanji subreddit. Yeah, I know. 4chan, but much more mentally unwell and mid-witted. I mean, at least 4chan is kind of funny sometimes. You know what I mean? 4chan actually owns their schizophrenia. Subreddits and Redditors in general are still deluded in the sense that they think they're smarter. Like, that's the problem. That's why I left those subs too. Like, even before I developed like a sort of a hate boner in the subreddits, I kind of stopped browsing Reddit. I'm mostly on... Fuck! Okay, you know what? I owned myself. I fucking owned myself. I mostly browse on Twitter now, but I would argue browsing on Twitter and abandoning Reddit is actually worse. Holy shit. I actually, you know what? I deserve that. I deserve that. Yeah, I fucking owned myself. Holy fuck. I fucking owned myself. But yeah. Yeah. So that's a thing. So I think that's, I think I'm gonna end the stream for now, chat. I think that'll be it. I'd like to thank you all for coming into the stream and for the super chats. Let's see if somebody's live and we can raid them. Let's see. Who's live? Who's worth raiding right now? None of my friends are live. Yeah, maybe that's it for now. Maybe no stream today. No raids today. All right, chat. I can feel the fucking Monster Energy caffeine effects actually pulse. My fucking heartbeat is like, you know, doing the thing. But we'll manage. Thank you, everybody. And I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.